Good day, everybody, and welcome to the Power of Social Media. I'm very excited to be here. This is Terry Scott, the America's #1 business resource consultant, and I'm glad to be able to share some things. We only have a half hour here, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll get rid of some of this stuff, and we're going to open up this actual book. I'm going to find it here. All right, the power of social media. Improve your knowledge on social media. And it's been updated and revised by yours truly. And this was an older book. I got the rights for it. So what I did is I updated some things, edited it so it makes more sense. And, there were some things in there that were no longer. So anyway, the power of social media. I'm going right through the book that you can get if you just click down below or to the right, to the left, up above, or whatever. And this is pretty important. Now, who am I and that sort of thing? Well, I'm the ABC business consultant, and there's all that legal jargon. This is pretty much the table of contents. And why should you even listen to me? Well, like I mentioned, I purchased the rights of this original version. I updated it, but I'm the ABC consultant. And if that makes you think back to your school days, that's awesome, because what I do is I bring people back to the basics. And if you have these three things for your business, you're going to succeed. So the first thing is advocacy. A is for advocacy. And when you're helping other people succeed, you're going to succeed. So when you help enough other people get what they want, you're going to get what you want. That's something from Zig Ziglar. And every business owner needs to be an advocate for something and also some things. And I'm an advocate for the Voice of Small Business, NFIB, the National Federation of Independent Business. And if you're not yet a member, become one today. And I feel very, very strong about that. I've been with NFIB almost 5 years now. I've been a trainer, I've been a rep, I've been a lot of things for NFIB. But basically, small business owners join with local business owners so that they have a voice at their state and also in Washington, D.C. And if if you're looking, you can see that any business, even if you have an online business, you are being bombarded with certain things that can harm your business. We can't go into all of those now, but that's something that you need to consider. Also, then the other thing is, as an advocate, I'm the actual connected care consultant in my area with the electronic caregiver. And this is all about people protecting themselves after they fall. Now, people, when they fall, the average time that somebody lies there without help is 16 and a half hours. The longer somebody stays on the floor or on the cold ground outside, the greater of a decrease in their lifestyle and lifespan that goes on. So a monitorformom.com is a place you need to go to get yourself protected, to get your loved ones protected. It's not just for the older folk, but it's for your kids and all kinds of things, all kinds of situations. But again, that's advocacy. B is for branding. Every business needs to brand themselves. They need to let people know who they are and what they do. And one of the things and one of the ways that you can do this, obviously, is by having your name, your message put on a pen, a pencil, a calendar, a cap, a piece of apparel, those sort of things. But that's been going on for years and years and years. And I've been in that business for years and years and years. But what's important about that is not just taking your name and slapping it on a pen and giving it to somebody. There's the psychology, there's all kinds of things involved in that. But if you want more information on that, let me know. Now, C stands for cash flow. If you're saying to yourself right now something like this, well, can we please get to the power of social media already? Well, I'll tell you that the letter C is the most important, because I'm thinking that's why you want to market your business in the first place online, to increase the amount of cash flow. But probably, I know over 90% of my business clients, and really businesses in general, they are losing money in in things like shipping, credit card processing, workers' comp insurance, and things like that. And I offer clients just a 60-second ad or a 60-second vehicle, a 60-second place where they can enter some information and they're going to get an estimate as to what's coming back. You can get a pretty good picture as to what's going on and what monies you're missing out on. And it doesn't cost anything upfront to do that for you. So let me do that. All right. So anyway, that's A, B, and C. That's what I do. And let's get to the power of social media. Now, if I were to title this, I would have titled it A Quick Introduction to Social Media, What It Is and How to Use It. In our 30 minutes here together, you're not going to be an expert, and you will get your feet wet, and I'm going to throw a bunch of terms at you that you may not know. If you've been on the internet for any length of time at all, if you just have a Facebook page, if you get on YouTube and search for videos, you probably have heard some of these terms. That's just fine. But I'm going to touch on different things. And then if you have specific questions, go ahead, you'll get my information. And on my Facebook page, you'll be able to just ask questions there too, and I can get back to you and I'll let you know. Or you can just do a Google search and get some information, because what will happen is today, you'll go through some things and you'll think, oh, that's a good thought. So what I recommend before you get started is print this entire book, grab a highlighter, and highlight any words or things that are new to you. We can discuss them when we get together, when we're at an open forum, or like I said, go ahead and ask questions in the comment area and I'll get back to you. Now, when I mention the words website or site or business, I'm pretty much speaking about the same thing. Now, some will use the internet to promote their brick and mortar business. If you've got a feed store, for instance, you've got a Facebook page, you may have a website, and it talks about your feed store, and people look at that, and then from that, they'll walk into your feed store. Or you may sell some products on that, so they don't need to walk into your feed store. All right. Now, another type of a business would be completely online. You're thinking, oh, what I need to do is create a business so that I can do it part-time without having a brick and mortar kind of a wall store. What I want to do is I'll sell one item, cheese graters, and I'll create a site, Cheese Graters Are Us, and then that'll be my store. And a lot of people do that, and they make $10,000 a month selling cheese graters. All right. Or you can do a combination. So I might say website, I might say your business, and I could be meaning offline business or online business, just so that we're clear on that. So that's our distinction. Now, the other thing is, will you have a website or will you have a page? Now, a website is a destination, is a compilation of many different pages. You may have a home page that kind of introduces your business and talks about it. You may have a contact us page. You may have a page about your products, or you may just have a single landing page that gets them to, them would be your audience, your visitors, to go ahead and just purchase something from you. One thing, one page. So that's, you may just have a virtual store without the brick and mortar, or you may have a combination. So what is your intent? Do you have a brick and mortar store that you want to just simply promote online? Or are you creating a store without walls, online only? Or are you selling a product or service using online as an ad? And again, that one page website could be just a billboard kind of a thing that's online that directs them to walk into your store. But remember one thing, just like in any other advertising, you want to have a call for action to be able to sell or to take orders. Or there might be some other combination too. And if you do have something that isn't within that realm of things, options that I've mentioned to you, then let me know. All right, so then I'm pretty sure that you've heard of the many different social media sites. I've mentioned one, Facebook, there's YouTube, Twitter, MySpace. If you've been online for any length of time, you may remember MySpace, but it really is no longer. It's a little active, but not as a go-to platform for social medias like it was before. And I believe it was probably Facebook that just ate their lunch. And things do change on the internet faster than anywhere else, it seems like. Also LinkedIn for business people, Blogger. I actually have 100 blogs about, and so others too. Now, to find the many other options, you can do a search, and the way to do that is, in quotes, type in similar to Facebook, similar to YouTube, and you can get more different sites. But here's the thing, why make it hard on yourself? Yes, there's many sites out there that are similar to, but I'm going to share the big sites, the big five. There's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Blogger. Those are really the big things. Instagram, maybe. So the other thing is you don't want to be spreading yourself so thin and not really being effective in any one of those. So I would recommend that you kind of stay with Facebook right now and just become familiar with that. Now, list two of the many new social media sites that have come on the scene recently. And these are kind of like alternate to Facebook. You have Rumble, you have Parler, you have Telegram, and there's more coming out all the time. So every one of them have different personalities. And Facebook, you can have a Facebook page and promote your business on that Facebook page, which I recommend that you do. You have a personal page about yourself, but you also have a business page that's strictly about your business. And then there are also Facebook ads. And that's when you are actually creating an ad that will show up on other people's Facebook pages to advertise to them. If you've seen where it says sponsored, those are ads that people are paying for. And the great thing about Facebook is you can get down to a niche where if you're selling those cheese graters, you can sell to moms with one kid who are between the ages of 35 and 40 that make chili on Tuesdays and they like to put cheese on their chili. Well, you can probably niche down to almost that. And that's what we really want to do as much as possible. So here's the action step. I'm only going to give you one action step basically in this entire material. And what that is, this next week, spend 1 hour researching Facebook on Monday, 1 hour on Tuesday with YouTube, 1 hour for Twitter on Wednesday, LinkedIn on Thursday, and Blogger on Friday. That'll give you a pretty good round out of what's going on. And I get very excited because there's so many things. I mean, the internet has more facets than a diamond. And I mean, you can get lost. So just take it little by little. And with a fairly large number of social media websites having millions of users, there's really a good chance that by joining these sites, you'll not only make new friends, but you'll also find internet users that would be interested in you visiting your website. Well, here's the big thing though. Let's say that you've got a business Facebook page or a personal Facebook page. What's difficult and what a lot of people do is they don't get to know somebody and they start selling them. And you just barely get into this Facebook group because there's groups for real estate, people who are real estate investors, real estate brokers, agents, and you get in there and all of a sudden you're saying, hey, I've got a house for sale. No, you might be able to get away with it there, but let's say that you love dogs and it's a dog, a particular type of a dog, we'll say bulldogs, English bulldogs. So you're in that Facebook community, and then all of a sudden you're talking about shampoo for dogs. You've got a great product, that sort of thing. People get turned off by that. But what you do is you wait and somebody says, you know what? I've got a situation with my English bulldog. For some reason, I can't get his hair clean. And then you can say, well, would you like to try this? This is something I've always used. And then you can kind of build upon that. But again, that's marketing that we can talk about sometime down the road, but that all encompasses social marketing and social media. So what is social media? It is a noun, interactive forms of media that allow users to interact with and publish to each other, generally by means of the internet. With the onset of many online business opportunities, which offer a chance for people to enjoy earning a living from the comforts of their own homes, more and more have become curious about what social media is really all about and how it can help their online business careers. You may not be thinking of this as a career. You're thinking of it as something to help your business. So first and foremost, social media can mean two things. For one, it can be a tool that's used for people to communicate and share certain things with their friends and loved ones. And that really is what it is. And it can also be used as an internet marketing strategy that takes advantage of the influence of social networking sites like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and many more. And again, as I said, you really don't want to come across as a salesperson. You want to, well, have dogs and kittens and those kind of pretty pictures and what you ate last night and that sort of thing become part of the family, and then present things once in a while. You may wonder, what is the difference between a website, a web portal, and a landing page? A website, a set of interconnected web pages, a home page located on the same server and prepared and maintained as a collection of information by a single person, group, or a business. And like I mentioned, I already touched on that a little bit. And you can read this there in this particular book when you see it. Now, a domain name, a website typically has a domain name. There are really important things that you want to know about having a domain name. But again, I won't cover that here. I'm just throwing a lot of things at you right now. A web portal is specifically designed website that provides information catered from various sources, such as emails, online forums, search engines, and that sort of thing. It's a platform. Now, you might think of Facebook as a web portal, but it's also a web application. It's a web social media site. So one example of taking advantage of a social networking site to promote your website is by placing a link on it to direct your network users to your website or your book or whatever. Now, what I would recommend is that you have a website and you have a Facebook page for your business. So on your Facebook page, now they understand it's a business Facebook page, but even with a business Facebook page, you don't want to have advertising all the time. No, what you want to do, the rule of thumb really is to have 2 feel-good posts to every one of your ads. And you can have a lot of feel-good posts and then have just fewer ads. For instance, feel good, and then we've got this event coming up. But now, some of your feel good ads could be a picture of you working late at night to serve the needs of your client. Now, that doesn't look like it's an ad, but it is. It's having to do with your business, but it's not coming across blatantly like an ad. So now you've got that Facebook page and you're linking, for more information, click here to my website. And then on your website, you've got that little F icon, and that means Facebook. And that's so that if somebody lands on your page, your web page, your website, then they can also go to your Facebook page from there. And then because it's going back and forth, there are things called spiders. Google sends out these spiders, and if they see that there's these tracks going back and forth like that, that helps rank you in the Google ranking. And what I mean by that is that when you open up, well, you do a Google search for local plumbers, and you see that plumber, A1 plumber, is at the very top. Well, the very top ones are paid for advertising, and like maybe 2 or 3 down after that, Then you've got organic ranking. And so with all these tracks going back and forth from Facebook to your website back and forth, and really that's not enough. You'd have to do, maybe to YouTube back again, and these different things. But once you get a lot of those, that helps the organic growth of your particular website. So then when people go and they look for a plumber near me, they'll see you as number 1 instead of number 5, or maybe on page 5. Not really good if you're on page 5. But again, we're just touching base here. We're just getting our feet wet and learning some things. Now, social media sites are meant for advertising so visitors understand and place ads and search for things that they're looking for. And I suggest when possible, unless the site is pure ads like Facebook Marketplace, classified ad sites like Craigslist, lead with those 2 feel-good puppies and kittens or inspirational quotes, and then have an ad. I have a list here of my personal Facebook pages that I've created for my business clients in the Duluth, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Superior, Wisconsin area that anybody can really advertise on. If you're advertising things for that particular area, it's free to advertise. And what you do is you put your ad there, link out to your website or your affiliate link or your product page or whatever you want. And I have the free classified for USA, and that's anywhere in the United States that you can advertise about. So one of the reasons why successful online marketers make use of social media is to promote their business online or offline. And it's the fact that these websites are highly visited and used by millions of people. And of course, Facebook has 2.89 billion monthly active users. So that's awesome. But what you want to do is understand that you don't want to be everything to all people. What you want to do is figure out what your product is, what your service is, and you're not a grocery store. It's not like everybody needs my product, everybody eats. Even a grocery store, what they want to do is not market to the entire state of Wisconsin or Minnesota. What they want to do is market to the people that live around that grocery store. Now, again, though, with online, you may have a grocery store, but you also are promoting it online. So you could be selling a particular product that nobody else has in different parts of the country, then that they could get elsewhere with your online store. But just understand that you want to niche things down. Different types of social media. Basically, there's the 2 types. There's the offsite and the onsite. And by knowing the different types of social media marketing, you'll be able to know the proper steps that you need to take in taking advantage of this online marketing technique. Now, aside from that, you'll also understand better why such steps are taken for the benefit of your own website or business. Offsite social media marketing simply means that using other websites, particularly social networking sites, in order to drive traffic to your own websites, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and among others. And then the other one is the social marketing. I'm trying to read through this real quick. And so that's offsite and onsite. I had it here. Second type of social media marketing, on-site. So although you're already probably gaining volume of traffic through your off-site social media marketing, you'll also need to use on-site solutions so that people stay long enough on your website to check it out. So what we're talking about there is making sure that your pictures are not in such a big resolution so that they take so long to load, and your page loads slowly, then that particular person on their computer may not even see your website, or it just takes so long they get bored, they go to a different one. Again, those are things that you'll learn as time goes on. I've touched on organic traffic, so we'll move forward. How can social media benefit your business? Well, let's talk about a niche. What you need to do is niche everything down. And the Google dictionary talks about being in a corner, a suitable position in life or employment. But what it is here it's a specialized segment of a market for a particular kind of service. You want people who buy cheese graters. If you've got Cheese Graters or Us, it sounds obvious, but people with websites like Cheese Graters or Us, what they do is they think, oh, I'm going to start selling cheese. I want people who love cheese and wear cheese hats and all of this kind of thing. No, you need to niche things down. And there's actually programs and educational sites that teach you how to do that. The other thing too, a quick rule of thumb on any social media site, keep things upbeat, fun, and more relational. Post those two feel-good posts, inspirational quotes, and that sort of thing. Talk about yourself and also other people. And I'm flying through here because, again, if you have questions, I want you to go ahead and ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you. So now you should have a pretty clear picture, or at least a clearer picture, and especially if you read this particular book that I've kind of raced through, because I'm under a time commitment here. I want to make sure I get this done within the half-hour time frame that I've got. There are different ways that you can use social media to promote your business / website. So by remembering these above mentioned points and tips, then I think you're going to benefit from social media. So when thinking social media though, remember to think of promoting your offline business online, your online business online, or both of them online. So I've got just a couple more minutes here. And what I want to do, I'm just going to race through here real quick, see if there's anything else that I want to share with you. And this is where it'd be great if I had a highlighter. So we talked about the web portal, the websites. Oh, here's something that's really a good point. I think I will leave you with this. Go ahead, learn, and you either pay for your education or you're going to take a lot of time learning on your own. And the thing is, when you learn on your own, you're going all the different directions without a roadmap or GPS. So it's going to take you longer, and you're probably go through a lot of dead ends and that sort of thing. That's okay at first, but once you find something that you like and you're interested in, and you think that this is a way to use social media for your business, get an expert to help you. And I do have some information down below. And again, you can always ask, and I can turn you on to some people that can help you in that particular area. So what we learn on our own outside of class, whether it's in high school, trade school, or college, and now it's online, it's what you do on your own that you'll enjoy, remember, and use, which will become your path and your style, because you always pick up and remember the things that you like. So that becomes you. So now at the very end, I do have some resources for you. And just because you've been here, you've got a business to run. And so learning how to video, social media, that sort of thing, I would recommend that you spend an hour or two each morning before your business starts to do your own education. Now, here we go into some of the resources. Not every business requires a full-blown marketing agency to be successful online. You don't need to be spending thousands of dollars, at least at first. So I have something called Hyper Local Digital, and this is something that's very inexpensive. So check that out. The other thing is, you can join my money marketing motivational Facebook community. I've got a link for that. And there's no spamming, but there is a lot of knowledge and knowing, and that's where you can look at a lot of these videos that I put up and also be able to get more information and answers to your questions. Now, I talked about A for Advocacy. I'm going to also give you, if you're not a member of NFIB, if you would like to be registered for NFIB, I can help you with that. And I'll also give you a 30-minute session. And so take a look at A for Advocacy in the resource area, and you'll find out about that. For branding, I have my own company, and that is brandingmore.com. But I want you to go to bankersadvertising.com, and I'll give you free shipping on your very first order. Cash flow, remember I talked about how I would do an audit on your cash flow, and it won't cost you anything up front. So I don't get paid if I don't find you monies. Now, if you're just a one person kind of a business, it may not help you, but I would say check into it anyway, because $100, if you're just starting 500, 1,000, that'll help you. You can put that into your education. But if you've been in business for about 5, 10 years, I can probably find $10,000, $20,000 for you. So take a look at those links. And then the free gift, visit my online calendar and schedule a no-fee 15-minute discussion session with me. And we can talk about success principles or anything. That's only for 15 minutes. But again, if you do the NFIB thing, it'll be 30 minutes. Now, finally, I'm going to leave you with this. This is my mentor and friend, Jeff Lerner, and he's one of my mentors. And with the economy the way it is today, learning how to become a millionaire can really be a hedge against everything that's attacking your business. And remember, I said before, it doesn't matter if you're a single person with an online business or a person, a mom and pop store with a couple employees or no employees. Businesses are being attacked today. So if you want to protect your business, go ahead and become a member of NFIB. But the other thing, the Millionaire Shortcut, I've got a link here where you can download Jeff's free book. Well, it was great chatting with you. It was great getting this information out to you. I hope that you learned something today and that we were able to move forward. And again, I know in some sense it's not advanced material maybe that I've shared with you, but for some of you it is. So what it is what it is. Make sure you highlight some things and take action. Do something with what you've learned today, ask questions, and move forward. So again, until the next time, this is Terry Scott, the America's #1 business resource coach, saying make it a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.